Complete change of plans. This weekend, I was supposed to go backpacking in Arkansas, but the weather looks absolutely awful, like nonstop rain. There was potentially some flooding, high water, so I decided not to do that. But I went on the Texas State Park reservation site and looked for anything in Texas that was available that was reasonably close to San Antonio. And wouldn't you know, Enchanted Rock had overnight primitive camping spots available. I'm super excited because this was on my bucket list and I didn't think I'd get to do it. Now I'm gonna get to do it. You can see it's gonna rain. So, not ideal, but we'll take it and we'll make the most of it. There's Enchanted Rock. It is very pretty with these yellow flowers, and the way the lighting is with the dark clouds really stands out. It is only like 70 degrees, but it is so humid. So it rained all night last night here in Texas. So there's a lot of running water out here. Those beautiful lookouts. Climbing a little bit, it's not bad. Hardest part has been the granite slabs that, because they're wet, are super slippery. Just over half a mile in. Feeling good, but I'm sweating so hard. And my pack is very heavy because I have 4 liters of water, because they said there was no water out here, but that's not true. There's water. And then I brought a book. I don't usually bring a book when I'm backpacking because that's weight, and it's a big book. So I figure if it's gonna rain a bunch, I can curl up in my tent and get some reading done. Probably carrying closer to 40 right now, which is rough. It's starting to rain, but it actually feels really good. Temperature dropped a little bit of a breeze, and the rain is cold. Feels fantastic. There is a Scenic Overlook right here you can walk out to, but I'm gonna come do that later. I'm gonna go set up my camp and then I'll drop everything and I'll come back. For reference, that Scenic Overlook spur is about a mile in. Muddy. Hot Springs camping area. Go in here. Campsites 101, 103. Oh, there's the restroom right there. Interesting. And I'm in 106. These sites are all supposed to be full tonight, but I'm the only one out here. There were like maybe 4 day hikers heading my direction, but they were day hikers. And then there were 5 or 6 day hikers coming towards me, going towards the parking lot. So, I don't know, I might be out here by myself tonight. Oh, here we go. 106. Oh, it's right here. It is my home for the night. It is so beautiful and peaceful here. There are lots of birds. Lots of birds. The humidity is no joke though. I made myself some electrolytes because I can already feel that water is not going to be sufficient on its own. The sun came out, y'all. So now it's gonna get really hot. Just kidding. Sun came out and then look what is coming in right now. Oh boy. I packed this for my Arkansas trip, which was gonna be 3 days, 2 nights, and lots of miles. So a 620 calorie dinner, one of my favorites, was going to make sense, but it doesn't make sense to eat this out here. I didn't burn that many calories, but it's what I have. So, but I am excited because it's one of my favorites. I think this storm's gonna get a little bit spicy here shortly. Oh my. It might just be me, but I really like thunderstorms. This is so cool. Now that the wind has stopped and the torrential rain. We're going to go to that overlook that I passed on the way in here. Now that it has stopped raining, I think the temperature has dropped like 20 degrees because it's like chilly now. It feels wonderful, but man, and there's like no humidity. Turn off to the Scenic Overlook. Go see what this is all about. I think these are baby soda plants. They're so cute. This is the Scenic Overlook. It is very scenic. Very cool. I've been sitting on the Scenic Overlook on this rock up here probably about 20 minutes now. It's been a while. And I know I've talked about hiking and camping and mental health, but just another example of my week was so stressful, and it was a short week. I only had to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then just a little bit this morning. But in that short amount of time, like, I just totally lost focus, lost perspective, not sleeping well, not eating very well, rushing to stuff, worrying about things I can't control. And I really wanted to go to Arkansas. There's a trail out there that I've been just really wanting to do for a while, and when I go back to New York, I'll be too far away for that to make sense for like a long weekend. Here it was perfect, and the weather just forecast looked terrible, and I've already done hiking in Arkansas when the rain was bad, and it was really bad and it was miserable. So I was like, well, that's not gonna work, and I was so disappointed because I've been waiting for this one for a while. I canceled it, and I was like, I just don't want to sit in my RV for one of my last weekends in Texas and just sit there. And so I got on the Texas State Park reservation site, and there was a spot open for Enchanted Rock, and probably because of the weather, people probably canceled. The smart people. I pushed myself to come out here, and it was hot and humid when I first got here, and the hike out here was not the most fun. I mean, it's beautiful, but I was just super tired and just not feeling it. And then and then I got out here and I sat down and I started just relaxing, and it was great. And then we had the storm roll in, which was a little bit stressful because it probably about 5 minutes or so, it was pretty intense, and I was like, uh-oh, like, my stuff's gonna get wet, my tent's gonna blow down. I don't know like how bad this is actually gonna get, but I stuck it out, and now it's over, and everything has cleared off, or it's clearing off, and it's so beautiful. And it's just a really good reminder that, first of all, if you're stressed and having issues, nature does fix your mental health. The second thing it's a good reminder that the storms will always pass. Like, life can get intense and it can be miserable and you can be like, oh my goodness, what the heck? But if you wait long enough and you just hang in there, you get to see the sunshine and you get to enjoy that. And it's actually kind of spitting rain on me right now, which is ironic. I feel like the clouds heard me. But no, I don't think it's gonna rain hard or anything. It's just sprinkling a little bit. But yeah, so I don't know if that encourages anyone, but it encouraged me. I'm so glad I came out here. It's beautiful. I'm in my tent. The sun has officially set. It's not really that dark yet, but it'll get there pretty quick, I'm sure. I think it's almost 8:30. I am very tired, but also very happy, very calm. This has been great. I highly recommend this place. This park has been great. It was great for a day hike, but also for an overnight, even with the rain. That wasn't that bad. It's really beautiful. It's really quiet. I'm sure if there were other people out here, it would be a little louder, but yeah, no complaints. But I'm gonna go to sleep and I will see you in the morning. Good night. Good morning. It is still dark outside, but I saw the sun peeking up over Enchanted Rock, so not that far off. I was gonna get up early and actually go hike up Enchanted Rock for sunrise. Thought about it, but I see lightning in the distance and I've heard some thunder, and the forecast says that maybe like a 35% chance of another thunderstorm overhead, but I just didn't want to go all the way up the rock just to have to scramble back down. If that does get any closer, not a good idea to be on top of a granite rock when that's happening. And everything's still super wet, so I didn't want to be slipping and sliding all over the place up there. It's up pretty good. In my Lost Maples primitive camping video, I asked the question about what animal around here churns up the dirt and makes this huge mess, like just looks like something plowed through it and flipped it all over. And I had wondered if it was wild pigs, and I think there's some of the comments, there was it an armadillo, was it feral hogs, what was it? But the only thing I'd ever seen out here, I'd seen one armadillo. I'd never seen anything else. Well, last night around 1:30, I was startled out of a very deep sleep to what sounded like a stampede coming through my camping area, followed by growls and grunts and snorts and all kinds of noise. It scared me only because it woke me up so suddenly. They ran through, and then I could hear them like down the hill. I don't know, probably turning up dirt, but they sounded like they were having a good old time, and it was so loud and just very intimidating. Like, I knew they weren't going to hurt me, but feral hogs, they made noise for almost an hour. It was like close to 2:30, and then it got really quiet. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. I am all packed up. It's barely 7 o'clock. I did not eat breakfast. I'm just gonna eat a bar. I think I'm gonna take the long way back to the car through Echo Canyon. I'm back at the loop trail, but instead of going that way to the car, I'm going to go this way. If you saw my day hike video, you'll recognize this. This is Moss Lake. So much for keeping my feet dry this morning. The other side of the Moss Lake camping area, I was on the other side of that before. This part of Echo Canyon, I didn't do this one before. There's a trail that parallels this. I did that one. I don't know if it shows up really well in video, but All that dirt and grass is really turned up, not from animals, but it looks like the water was rushing through here really pretty good. So I've run into quite a few day hikers already coming out for the morning. It's like 7:30, so it's not that early. But every single one of them is like, you spent the night out here? You're completely crazy. It's good, I have the place to myself. So I think this is what's technically Echo Canyon. It's between Little Rock, which is what I scaled last week. I just went straight up that, and Enchanted Rock, which is that right there. And then you go through this canyon. I'm up out of the canyon. I'm gonna go summit Enchanted Rock because I just can't resist. So I stashed my pack. I know I said in the last video that that was my last adventure in Texas and that it was a good note to go out on, but I think yesterday and today I topped it. So that was really, 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 really nice. The primitive camping here at Enchanted Rock, 10 out of 10, 5 stars. That was wonderful, even with the rain. Can't control that, so you know that almost doesn't count. But yeah, so walked out like 1.2 to the campground and then camped there overnight, and then this morning I went around by Moss Lake and went through Echo Canyon, and then of course I got to the base of Enchanted Rock and I had to go summit it because, you know, so I dropped my pack and then just took my phone and scrambled to the top, and I spent over an hour up there. Like when I first got up there, probably the first 45 minutes, I was the only one up there. And it was fantastic. It was so quiet and peaceful, and I had that place to myself. So it was like I was on top of the world. And probably the last 15, 20 minutes I was up there, all the people started coming up, but that was fine at that point. So then I came back down, got my pack, and then went the rest of the way down. Lots of people coming up towards me though, so it was really, I mean, I didn't video anything because there was really no point, and I was trying to not slide and fall on my backside, so, which I didn't, so that was good. And then I walked all the way through the park to get back to my truck, just over 3 miles. So really not that far. I mean, I expended a lot of energy just because of the terrain, but even that, not difficult. I would say if you're going to go to the primitive sites, to go the loop trail the way that they recommend at the ranger station, the 1.2 miles, just because the terrain is really easy and it's, you know, it's almost like a Forest Service road. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, go through the Echo Canyon. But yeah, definitely that is a challenge because you're climbing over rocks and in a ravine basically, and if you have a pack and you're not used to carrying weight, that could be a bit of a challenge. But yeah, another great place to see if you like backpacking in a place where high reward, because views and beautiful nature, and yeah, you don't have to work very hard to have a really great time. So highly recommend that. And that for sure is my last hiking adventure here in Texas for now. So I do have some really exciting ones coming up in New York in about 2.5 weeks. I'm going to try to take y'all along for one high peak and maybe 2. So make sure you check out that because it's going to be interesting. I haven't videoed any of those yet. So you'll all watch me suffer. See you later. Bye.